3:30 in the afternoon. The school bus pulls up, and you hear the familiar stampede of little feet running to your door. Your heart does a little flip, a mix of pure joy and a little bit of dread. If you've ever felt that twinge of guilt, that feeling that you're a bad grandparent for wanting just one afternoon to yourself, then you're in exactly the right place. Because today, we're talking about how to say no to your grandkids without the crushing grandparent's guilt. This isn't about loving them any less. It's about loving yourself enough to protect your own peace. You're not alone in this feeling. A recent survey found that over 60% of grandparents who provide regular childcare report feeling overwhelmed and experiencing significant stress. So, if you're feeling drained, you're not broken. You're part of a huge, silent majority navigating this new chapter of family life. We spend decades raising our own children, and just when we think we've earned a rest, the expectation to be an always-on 24/7 grandparent can feel like a second unpaid career. And the silence around this topic is deafening, isn't it? It feels like a betrayal to even admit it. I remember this so clearly with a client of mine. Let's call her Carol. Carol is 68, a retired nurse who adores her two grandsons, ages 4 and 6. Her daughter, a single mom, relied on her heavily. At first, it was a joy. But soon, can you watch the boys for an hour? Turned into 3 days a week, every week. Carol told me, her voice trembling a little. I feel like an unpaid daycare. I love them more than life itself. But I'm exhausted. I had plans for my retirement. I wanted to take a pottery class, maybe travel a bit. Now my calendar is just filled with school pickups and playdates. If I say no, I feel like I'm letting my daughter down, like I'm a selfish grandmother. But if I say yes, I feel like I'm losing myself all over again. So why is saying a simple 2-letter word no so incredibly hard? It's not just about guilt. It's about brain chemistry and deep-seated psychological patterns. Our brains are wired for connection and belonging. When we say yes to a loved one, especially our children or grandchildren, our brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It feels good. It feels right. Saying no can trigger a primal fear of rejection, a fear that we might damage that precious family bond. It can feel like we're pushing away the very people we love most. For many of us who are raised to be people pleasers, especially women, this is amplified. We were taught that our value lies in our service to others. After decades of this conditioning, the idea of putting our own needs first doesn't just feel selfish. It feels fundamentally wrong. And here's a controversial thought. Sometimes our adult children, without meaning to, take advantage of this. They know we'll have a hard time saying no. It's not malicious, it's just human. But recognizing that pattern is the first step to changing it. This brings me to a framework I developed for my clients. I call it the energy budget. Think of your time and energy in retirement exactly like a financial budget. You have a finite amount. You have fixed expenses like your health, sleep, and personal peace. Then you have discretionary spending, which is the energy you choose to give to others, including your wonderful grandkids. When you overspend your energy budget, you go into debt. That debt shows up as burnout, resentment, and even physical illness. You wouldn't drain your bank account without a second thought. So why are we so willing to bankrupt our energy reserves? The goal isn't to stop spending energy on your grandkids. The goal is to create a sustainable budget where you can give joyfully without going into energy debt. It's a shift from being a limitless resource to being a cherished, but not infinite, one. It's the difference between being a playground and being a safe harbor. One is open 24/7 for anyone's use. The other is a special place people are grateful to visit. So how do we start implementing this energy budget? Here are 2 simple exercises we can do, starting today. First is the yes and reframe. The next time you need to say no, don't just say no, say yes and. It sounds like this. Your daughter calls and asks, "Mom, can you watch Leo on Friday night?" Instead of a flat no, I can't, which can feel confrontational. Try a yes and reframe. You could say, "I'd love to have some special time with Leo. This Friday, I already have plans, but how about we schedule a Grandma and Leo date for next Saturday afternoon? I can take him to the park." See the difference? You're not rejecting the request, you're redirecting it. You're validating their need while also honoring your own boundaries. You're offering a solution just on your terms. Second is the weekly check-in. This is about being proactive, not reactive. At the start of each week, sit down with your calendar. block out your non-negotiable time first. This is your pottery class, your coffee with a friend, your walk in the park, or even just a blank afternoon labeled my time. This is you paying yourself first from your energy budget. Then, when your kids call with a last-minute request, you can honestly say, "Let me check my calendar." It's no longer about whether you want to do it. It's about whether you're available. This tiny shift in language takes the personal guilt out of the equation and reframes it as a simple scheduling issue. It transforms you from being the default, always available option into someone with a rich, full life of your own, a life that sometimes includes babysitting. Setting family boundaries isn't a one-time conversation. It's an ongoing practice of self-respect. It's about teaching our families how to treat us. By doing this, we're not just saving our own sanity. We're modeling healthy relationships for our children and grandchildren. We're showing them that loving someone doesn't mean erasing yourself. We are finding meaning and reinventing ourselves after 60, and that includes reinventing our roles within the family. Life after retirement can be so much more than a repeat of our past duties. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me, are you a playground or a safe harbor grandparent right now? There's no right or wrong answer, just honesty. Let's support each other. And if this video resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more honest conversations about what retirement is really like. Thanks for watching.